I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you.
I'm excited as well.
Because I know you, the way you look at basketball, which everyone in Welcome to Deem's Domain live, and I'm a huge basketball guy. If you don't know, the season has started up. It's been already a crazy 3 days, maybe.
It's never NBA. I love because you can just wake up.
Yeah,
and it's like the wildest news you've seen, or you just be like, oh, everybody's popping off. It's a great day. Like the league starting off, it's great.
Bruh, it's so crazy that we're not even, first of all, we're not even talking about basketball. We're not even talking about basketball yet. In the beginning of the season, we're not talking about basketball. And that's crazy that we're literally we're not, the headlines that are making it, because yes, Wembanyama is nothing we've ever seen before. I think we all can admit that. But also, Chauncey Billups is something we've never seen before. I don't think we would have, and you, as a Detroit Pistons fan,
That derailed our whole free agency plans.
right?
Like that's not something that GMs are supposed to account for.
Right.
That's never like the Malik Beasley situation. It's one of the things where we were coming off of tripling our win total from the year before, right? And here's a guy that has stated that he wants to be. He was second in the league.
Second in the league in threes behind Anthony Edwards, who I think is gonna be him. He's
already yeah.
No, but he has.
But yeah,
there's a next level he has to get to.
Yeah,
the next level.
But seeing as Malik Beasley wanted to stay in Detroit, and then he's up for a new contract potentially, and then all of this happens, and now us as Pistons fans are being like, okay, well now we have to find people to replace that.
Sure.
But Trajan Langdon did a great job of getting Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson, bringing them in.
Yep.
And, we're 1-1 currently as the time that we are recording this.
Sure.
So it's fine. But it's one of the things where it's like, it's the most unexpected NBA news.
Yeah.
Probably of the last couple of months, for sure.
And, I mean, of course, Chauncey Billups, if you don't know, is a coach for a current coach for the Portland Trail Blazers. Who just got arrested from the FBI for doing rigged poker games. The thing about this, at least for me personally, is that he is a Detroit Pistons Hall of Famer. Like he's getting his jerseys.
He's an NBA Hall of Famer.
He's an NBA Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like he got your latest championship.
Yes.
He was on that team. Great team, by the way. They destroyed the Lakers, who I was a fan of at the time. They shut down the 4-peat. We were right there.
The 4-peat.
It was close, bro.
You guys.
We were right there, Phil. You can hear me. We were right there, bro.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't a 4-peat because the Spurs.
I know the Spurs already derailed.
You guys could have had. You guys could have had ring number 4 at that time.
Right? 4 out of 5 would have been crazy.
But y'all already had some Kobe Shaq internal.
Of course,
that's already been well documented. So that was just the final. That was just the final nail in the.
Shout out to Ben Wallace.
Shout out to Ben Wallace. I like Ben Wallace a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, also, if everyone doesn't know, Kofi, if you want to actually introduce yourself, I just kind of jump right into this.
Oh, you're good. Hi, my name is Kofi Aboa. I cover NBA sports and sports video games. So that's where I'm usually around on TikTok, Twitch, or maybe making YouTube video essays talking about 2000 niche sports shows on Spike TV and getting more into reality shows, getting more into that kind of thing. And as I'm spreading my YouTube wings and seeing what else I can tackle. So that's kind of what I've been doing for the last 6 months.
And I have been a fan. I will let you know, Kobe.
Thank you so much.
The Pros vs. Joes came through my algorithm. It just came through. I was just like, I love that show. I loved that show. So that one, if you haven't watched Pros vs. Joes on Spike TV, it was a 2000s TV show where they used to grab essentially regular people, your Joes, against former professional stars in their sport, in their craft, whatever it was. They'd have to go head to head. And most of the time, them Joes they stood no chance.
Yeah.
They stood no chance, except the Muggsy Bogues one. But I'm not doing Muggsy like that.
It's the Muggsy one is like the shooting one, but that one,
he was
the first episode he did where they were like, you just gotta like
steal the ball
from him.
Yeah, I remember that one specifically growing up.
That one I was like, okay, that probably could have been reworked a little bit better.
Yeah, because it just, he is 5'5", like he's not changed, like he is shorter than most people.
But those turnovers in that round, they always felt like accidents. It felt
Sure,
like,
no,
so I was,
it was like rust.
it never felt like the Joes were actually,
No, not at all.
it just felt like more of a turnover than actually a steal.
Yeah, no, it was like a rust.
Yeah.
It was literally, my man, I'm sure he's picked up a basketball in a while. He hasn't been put pressure on him in a minute. So it didn't take much for Muggsy to give up the ball. But either way, man. Yeah, Kofi, thank you for obviously coming to the podcast. Thank you for us.
Thanks for having me.
This is such an honor for me, man, because I do see what you're doing. I love long form content, and which is why it kind of sucks nowadays, because obviously short form content is so pushed in a lot of ways. And when it comes to TikTok, when it comes to Reels, YouTube Shorts, all that type of stuff, man. And I love that you are making long form content. That's most of the content that I consume. You know, I like myself to tell me a story. You know what I mean? Give me more than 8 minutes. You know, I'm good with the 10 to 15. You know, and if it's really something like that's really, do you need a lot of backstory going? Give me the 30, give me the 45, give me the hour. You know, so I appreciate that and I know the editing is not easy.
It's not easy. Now I work with a couple of editors here and there, to where it's like, hey, I can just to double the output or increase the output, I'll still like edit a video here and there, where like the current video on the XFL, I edited that myself. I feel like if there's a video where I feel like I have to give too many editor notes specifically, then I will just tackle it myself.
Gotcha.
But I've built a bunch of trust with the editors that I work with, to now we're like, it's built like you're working with the editor. It's like a relationship kind of thing, where it's like, you're just like, okay, what's your edit style? I don't need you to conform to my edit style. I saw your reels, and I was like, oh, okay, I can see the videos being in that kind of style. I never want to be like, oh, actually do this entire different thing that you've never like worked with before.
Right.
I think that that's very important, but also, you know, first of the feedback, because I didn't know this is weird. I write all my video scripts in Google Sheets.
Okay.
So like it's a spreadsheet kind
of
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was at Secret Base, Vox Media Secret Base,
I had no idea you worked for Secret Base.
Yeah, I worked at Secret Base. I was there.
Cool. What? What?
Yeah, I was at Secret Base for 5-6 years.
Yeah. Now it makes all the sense in the world of how you are tackling in the way that you tackle sports content. Yeah. I had no clue. If you don't know what Secret Base is, it is another great. I watched all the beef. Yeah, all of them.
So I never worked on that series. Sure. So those series, like the Beef Histories, the Rewinders, the Collapses, all of that. Yeah. I never worked on that series. I worked on Fumble Dimension, which is a show of me and John Boys. We were breaking video games, and then I would, I've been a featured guest in 2 John Boyce documentaries where he talked about the history of the Atlanta Falcons, and the history of the Charlotte Bobcats.
Wow!
So I would be featured in those, but people kind of think that I would like work on those documentaries with them. Like, no, that's all him. Those ones are all him. And then him and Alex Rubenstein, they worked together on Dorktown. And then
I've seen Dorktown.
You've seen Dorktown.
Yeah.
So that's Alex Rubenstein and John, and they go to town. Like that's like the long form stuff that like I dreamed of being able to like have the confidence to create and do all the storytelling. Because my biggest thing was that, they would make these 3-hour things, but my biggest thing would be like, what if I forget something like super important, right? If I'm like making a documentary that big, where I'm like, what if I'm forgetting like a key detail? Are we sure we have all of our bases covered? Yeah. But no, they do such a great job of that, John and Alex. And then I worked on the series Most Virtual Player for Secret Base, where I would do, I would take great sports video game characters and then do the data journalism version of that, where I would take their ratings and I would take the ratings in the rest of the game, and then I'd make a chart out of it.
Okay.
So
that's, man.
So we would do that. So that was my Secret Base time on camera.
Kofi, that is really, really damn cool. I have to say that I did not know. I had no clue I was talking to someone who really was part of something that I have enjoyed just binge watching.
Yeah.
I've watched damn near all of that stuff. All of it.
No, it's a great team. It's like a team of like, now it's like a team of like 9 people, but at its like, when it had the most people, it's like more like 15 people and everything. So yeah. I'm very grateful to them for giving me the confidence to be able to make these long form videos that I've had a lot of creative control over.
Yeah.
Being able to have the confidence to be like, oh, hey, take 2 to 3 months on this video.
Okay.
I know that a lot of content creators do not have, like, that's one of the benefits when you work with a company that like pays you salary to make a video. That's one of the benefits, but you know, it has some, it's pros and cons, as well as like all, you know, a lot of content creation has its pros and cons in terms of what kind of stuff you do.
Yeah.
But being able to like really hunker down and work on a video for months is like a really cool, like that was a really cool thing to like really, you know, hone my style, hone my craft, and not like worry about the metrics part of it.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the other side of that, where I'm on my own, and where it's like, oh man, the 1 through 10 YouTube videos, this is like 7th out of the last 10 videos you've made, and that it's easy to get wrapped up in that.
The algorithm.
Yeah.
The algorithm alone, man. Yeah. And that's tough. That's tough because again, you want to, me being even a content creator, how much I want to just talk about things I love, right? Not follow the trend, not follow what's popular, even though 6'7" is popular. And it's basketball. It has a basketball intent to it.
I know it does.
It does.
That's
like,
what's crazy.
It has a basketball backstory to it.
Yeah.
For me personally, so that's the reason why I followed it, because I'm out here saying, you know, it's worse than 6'7", 7'6". Wembanyama is worse than 6'7" right now, bro. Like, yes, it's just so much when it comes to viral moments and what's actually very popular to talk about. And basketball courts are starting up, so it is something we and you both love. So it's easy for us to talk about this.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? We can talk about basketball. I can talk about basketball all damn day. So, yeah, man, I want to know. I guess we'll start with actual basketball. Let's just start with actual basketball. Let's start there. You know, when did you first love it?
So when I was like 3 or 4, right? You know, I grew up an only child. I grew up an only child without cable. So my parents we didn't have cable. So whenever a sport would come on the TV, it would be a luxury, whether it was MLB on Fox, NBA on NBC, you know, and like NFL on ABC, any game. And what I would do is we had a TV that had like a VCR ability where you would be able to like record the show.
Like as in TiVo?
Yeah, no. Well, you could put a VHS tape in the TV, and like we could have a record feature. So if there was a game on, I could put a VHS in the TV and like record it. So like I had the Steve Bartman game on VCR, right? You know, It's like there's certain games where, you know, Lakers Kings, that game 6. I have that on VCR.
The infamous Game 6. I don't think people know how infamous that game is. Speaking of what's going on right now, that's kind of on.
It's kind of, I feel like,
because wasn't the Mafia kind of part of that one with all the fouls?
It's one of the things where whenever a gambling integrity thing happens at the NBA, we always point to that one.
Yes.
We point to that, and then we point to the frozen envelope for Patrick Ewing, and like, yeah, you know, we point to all of that. But you know, gambling in sports, like, I feel like the thing here is that gambling in sports has been around since like the early 1900s, right? You know, with the shoeless Joe Jackson Black Sox scandal, right? And then you had Pete Rose and all of that. Like, so the thing is that this thing isn't new. I think that the avenues to where you can do it are always updating and changing.
Sure.
So that's kind of the thing, but it's never not heartbreaking to hear.
Yeah.
Even when it's like an accusation, you're just like, dude, man, like we were doing so well
for years.
We were off to a great start.
Yeah.
In like even this season, where it's like, oh, dude, look at all the people dropping 40 points per game.
When we did 40 and 30, by the way. It didn't miss. No turnovers, 40, 30 minutes.
So we're
not talking about that at all, though.
We're off to a good start. I thought that the Wemby debut, making Anthony Davis, like, it was like that's a world-class defender. Wemby just making it look easy and all that.
I was absolutely, like, I'm not sure if Anthony Davis did something to him, but he absolutely went at AD all day. It was crazy. I mean, that's on us, man. We let Wemby train with Hakeem Olajuwon and Jamal Crawford this offseason. So that's on us. That's on. I don't think. I've been saying this to my little brother. I've been saying this to anyone, even here. I'm like, I don't think we have a answer. We don't. There's in society right now does not have an answer for Wembanyama. If he stays healthy and if he stays playing basketball, you don't have an answer for 7'6".
And the thing about him as well is that he wants to get better.
Yes.
It's not one of the things where we've like looked at players in the past and been like, he has all the tools, but the motor.
I know. We
no.
had the Bobo. We've had tall people in the league.
We've had tall people in the league, and then we've had tall people in the league that you've looked at their potential skill sets. You know, you look at Bol, and then you look at like a Thon Maker.
Yeah, exactly. Thon Maker was like
you
that
look
too.
At those players,
right?
They weren't like 7'4", but those were like, oh, that's a 7-footer with
with a
guard handle.
Right?
Like, we've seen this is the first time.
Chet Holmgren's good too. Chet's up there with that list as well as just really tall men that just play basketball incredibly well. Yeah,
and I think that this. I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, I think this is Kevin Durant's influence on the league.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, in terms of like where Kevin Durant, it's like you can be a 6'11" dude and handle the ball, because I feel like there's a lot of NBA evolution is when you tell a certain position where it's like, hey, you can also do this guard stuff if you want. Like, growing up, I don't know when you hoop, what position you were.
I mean, I didn't grow into, I was like, 15, 16. I only made it to 5'9", 5'10". So my dad literally called me Shorty. That was my nickname.
PG and all that. When you played, would your coach like tell your center, like, what do you like to be in the paint? Like,
of course.
Your center would, like, for us, like, growing up, you know, it was the traditional thing, like point guard sets up the offense, 2 and 3 shoots, 4 and 5 are in the post.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if you're on a team where the height difference isn't that different, if you're put in a 4 or 5 position,
that's where you're going to be.
That's what you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. But now, I think this is beautiful, where it's like, hey, if you're 7 foot, you can shoot threes if you're good at it.
If you can prove that you can do it. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, Brook Lopez is one of the funniest ones to me. Splash Mountain is so funny.
It's one of the great career projections. Career progressions, because
he extended his career by like 5 years because he was just like, you know what? You know I can shoot, right? And they were like, prove it. He's like, all right.
And it's got to
start launching.
And it got to a point where he's been so good at shooting threes, I forget what his like.
When he came in the league,
his Nets campaign.
Yeah, his Nets campaign, he was not doing that at all.
Yeah.
He was absolutely back to, like, he was pretty much another version of LaMarcus Aldridge. Like, both of them had great mid-range games, kind of got to the paint, and that was it.
Yeah, and that was a traditional
4-5
stuff, you know.
Yeah, and it's, basketball alone has obviously changed so much over the years. I can say basketball is my first love. I loved playing at 5 years old, I think, was my first time playing basketball, at a rec center.
Yeah.
Here, actually, in Poinsettia. Poinsettia Park.
Yeah.
Right up that way. In fact, if you do go in there, I'm not trying to flex a little bit. If you do go in there, you'll see minor division and major division in 2002, 2003 All-Star team. My name's on them.
They got banners?
I got banners.
You got banners?
I got banners, y'all.
Oh.
I have banners.
I've never been inside. I've only played on the outdoor courts, right?
If you go inside, I promise it'll say Kadeem Thomas on 2 of those banners in there, bro. Basketball legit was all I wanted to do.
Dude, that's so cool.
I didn't learn how to skateboard. I didn't learn how to do. Anytime I was outside, I was like, where is a basketball
That's
court?
big. That's big out here. Skateboarding and all that.
Yeah.
Where I grew up in North Carolina. I didn't have friends that did that.
Really?
No.
They play basketball?
That skateboarded.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
All we did was play basketball. That's everything we like. We would spend our Friday nights like at the YMCA because they would have open run.
Yeah.
For like high school kids and like for kids our age. So we'd be in school, and this was like even the off season. We'd be in school and be like, oh, I can't wait till Friday so I can go, like, you'd make friends from other schools and be like, oh yeah, you develop friendships and then like pseudo like rivalries kind of where it's like, yeah, I want to score all the points today, or I want to work on my game. So by the time the season starts, you know, so that basketball, we kind of just, everything revolved around it for me. Growing up.
And I mean, of course, you being from North Carolina, which I don't think we talked about this on camera yet, about how that being the basketball state. I've always loved North Carolina. Of course, my favorite color was blue for one. So obviously North Carolina blue.
Yeah.
PD Pablo, the poinsettias jerseys were that same, almost that same
Oh,
exact
same
blue,
color.
black and blue. So I've always had my fondness for North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Duke,
Yeah.
North Carolina run, Wake for all that. It's in that
Yeah.
that little area. So growing up, I can only imagine how much it was just ingrained in y'all as
Dude,
growing up.
so my middle school, what we had a field trip day, and what we would do is we would take a field trip to a movie theater.
Okay.
And we watched the ACC tournament. Wow. We would just not have school that day. We would, and I went to a school that had uniforms, so that day you were allowed to wear your team's colors, and we would all go to the movie theater and we'd watch the games all day. And every time I tell someone that, everybody's like, "What?"
That is
people.
That is so damn cool. You know, like we did a midnight madness thing in my middle school.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys probably did this all the time. Maybe, I don't know, but we did at John Burroughs Middle School here in LA. They let us pretty much stay the night at school in the gym, and literally played a basketball tournament all night.
We didn't have that.
That it was such. I told like it is that is unlocked the core memory because y'all having like a theater watching the tournament,
Yeah.
bro. We were in our middle school gym at 3:00 in the morning, playing basketball in a tournament called Midnight Madness. I don't even know who the idea of this was.
Nah,
it was
such a
a
good idea.
crazy thing. Shout out to John Burroughs for doing that, man. As a kid, so yes, basketball is it's a beautiful sport, man. It's my favorite sport. It's something that has been changed. Like I said, we're talking about the revolutionary thing of what Wemby's doing. That I don't think we don't have an answer for. We've seen Steph become something we would have never thought we'd see either.
Right.
Like Steph Curry is still doing it and still going to continue to do it. I just don't see us stopping him either. As long as he stays healthy, his body holds up. The different rules now as well. Like, how do you feel growing up in the 2000s and everything from the retro? I won't even call it retro. From when we grew up watching basketball, the 2000s. Shout out to this run, by the way. Shout out to the Melo, Nene, and AI run of the Denver Nuggets. It was a time.
It was a good time. It was fun.
Like
And
Carmelo
that's my favorite like color scheme when Melo was there. And now
100%.
And the fact that the Nuggets won the championship in like arguably their worst jerseys in their history, I'm like, it's a high bar, but it's still you're still like, I wish that they had the lighter blues. And
The thing about Kobe, you should know, he's made a lot of content around the fashion of jerseys, and which I love. Like, I just don't think
I think it's important.
it is.
I think it's all important.
If you're winning,
in
you
sports.
got to look good and in it for people to want to wear it. The reason why Michael Jordan that Bulls jersey was always because it's
It
solid,
looked good, and the Bulls have never. They're the NBA team that's never changed their logo
for that exact. I feel like for that
and I
exact
don't
reason.
think if they ever change their logo, I think it would just like be like a league stopping moment for a lot of fans being like, why are you going away from this?
Right, like
you know?
even the Knicks have kind of changed it. I guess the Knicks it's been pretty it's pretty similar.
They've been around. Nick's been around for like 80 years.
Sure.
Ago. So that one, because like the logos that they made back in like the 50s and 60s, it wasn't like what we have. It was just like a guy trying his best.
Exactly.
It was like, you want me to do what? All right, I'll draw nets. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll draw some. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basketball and the fashion of it, man. I grew up. Of course, you grew up around the same time, the 2000s. I used to wear the headband. I used to wear I used to literally come down headband, forearm, and wrist. I don't know why.
Oh, dude.
I used to have 3 on. I don't know why. I'm a left hand. I'm dominantly left-handed.
Yeah.
So that's usually how my fit used to be. What did you wear when you were playing? What's like your favorite like shoe during that time as well?
Now I was an Adidas guy.
Okay.
For a long time, so I would wear the like Derrick Rose had these like red, and he had like a cool like rose logo with the one at the time. This is like in 2000, like 2009 to like 11.
Yeah.
When I played basketball, like for the middle school, I didn't play in high school because our team was too good.
I get it.
Yeah, our team.
I mean, you're from like
our team won state and sent a dude to Duke. Yeah,
y'all boys were the real deal. Y'all boys were the real deal.
Yeah, when I like there were people at our school that got cut, and I was like, yo, you could go to another school
and
in
be
the city
straight.
and be fine. Like
That's kind of scary, the competition. I mean, LA, we were of course in LUSD, so we had some few people come out. At the first, I think Trevor Ariza was from this area as well. I think he went to Westchester, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he go to Trevor Ariza, or didn't he go to Westchester, Phil? It's fine if you can't, but I'm pretty sure he went out that way. Yeah, we just had we've had Westchester, Fairfax. We have some pretty dominant schools too. So I get it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think was Aaron Gordon California? Is Aaron Gordon California? Because I know that. So I know that the mixtapes, the mixtape companies, it was Ball is Life Hoop mixtape. Those started in
here
on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And then Yay Area's finest was Bay Area.
Of course.
That was stupid.
No.
But
No.
that was like a more like a West Coast like mixtape
Sure.
YouTube channel. And
Sure.
you know, I did a documentary on the history of high school mixtapes. I did this 5-6 years ago.
This long form content, bro.
So
That's amazing. That's
I
amazing.
did that. I did that when I lived in DC, and that was more a passion project. That was not a like a secret based thing. That was me trying to like prove I could do video.
I love it.
So I talked about it.
Is it posted?
Yeah, it's up. It's still up.
I
But
have to watch
it's
it.
me from like 7 years ago, dude. It's
You know what?
I look back at it. I'm like,
came a long way.
ooh, lots changed.
Yeah. Hey, bro, you come a long way. We all come a long way in content. Like me and Phil,
Yeah.
we actually shot a high school video together called Legs of Freedom.
You ever go back and watch that and be like, hey man, what was we on?
Oh, of course. Of course. I have. It's on our Facebook right now. It was a high school project. We were just having fun. It was the time, bro.
I love that aspect, bro. I
Yeah.
love that aspect of just going back and being like,
Man, you know,
we was doing some stuff, man.
we were using phone voice memos for our audio, bro.
Oh my god, we would. I thought the Windows Movie Maker, the Rainbow feature. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Banger, bro. Banger, man. We were all content creations one way or the other, all right? We didn't grow up with the phone. We didn't grow up with TikTok or CapCut or any of that.
My thing is, I don't like editing with the phone, bro.
Me either. It's such a hard thing for me to do, and I know that's what we have to do in order to get the content out as fast as possible.
I don't like it.
Bro. I can't tell you how many times I've literally grabbed stuff and put it on a hard drive and thrown it inside my damn editor on my computer because I'm like, I don't want to do this.
I got my Osmo Pocket 3 with me.
Yeah.
And apparently there's been a feature where you could just connect the Pocket to your phone.
Sure.
And it takes the footage that you take from there into your phone. I've been doing that. I've had the Pocket for 8 months. I've been taking the SD card out, putting it in a reader. And I was on a creator retreat with a friend that had the same he had the same camera. And I was like, how'd you get out so fast? He's like, oh, you could just. Oh, you don't do that? I was like, no, because I like the color grade and I like
You like the process.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, Kofi. You're in love with the process.
I am.
You're in love with the process. You come from a long form content, which I can't stress that enough. That's so hard to find nowadays. I feel like it's a lot more rare to find people making long form content than short form. For me personally.
For me, I look at short form editing is actually like more exhausting.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like with long form editing you can be more lenient with your cuts.
Okay.
And like with short form editing, it's like you have 30 seconds to make the most engaging version of this thing, and it's like, but there is
it's a pressure. It's like a pressure cooker for
like
sure.
There isn't a time limit, but there is like it's like it's one of the things where it's like, oh, you do have 3 minutes, but you're not going to use all those 3 minutes because you don't want to drag for 3 minutes, and no one will, like,
it's tough.
You're
right.
So it's one of those things where I'm just like the short form editing part where it's fun. It's funny how like I've seen like a lot of platforms like come and go and been like, oh, I'm not good at this one. This one's not hitting on this one. It's not hitting on this one, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is like, and I've always wanted to shoot, like I said, long form content myself, and I'm getting into it, which kind of why I want to pick your brain. But I had no idea.
Sure, yeah.
I had no idea you were in the secret base. That puts you even on a higher level.
That's a whole like when it was cool going to work there.
Sure.
And seeing a video of theirs drop.
Yeah.
And I'm on the team, and I'm like, actually, let me sit down. Actually, I got 40 minutes. Let me I was like, they were making stuff that I found interesting.
100%.
And I had a behind the scenes of their process too. You know,
yeah, like that's just a beautiful thing. I had no clue. So that honestly makes so much more sense of how you approach content.
Yeah.
in that space, man. So actually, let me grab a few questions here because, man, it's just
For sure, yeah.
it's already been none. I don't even know how long we've been going for. It doesn't really matter. It's been 30. We're doing perfectly fine.
Look, I got nowhere to be, dog.
Yeah, this is, man. Hold on, let me hit this again. Damn. Wow.
You been hooping lately?
I have not been, but me and Phil, I've taken them up to 24-hour fitness up there on Slauson. That's my favorite one to go to just because it's the only court that we kind of have. We don't have an indoor court.
I like it indoor. When I lived in New York, the lack of indoor basketball courts
it's same here.
really took away, and and I don't like a gym. I don't like a workout gym with one basketball court.
Yeah,
I don't like it because as when I moved out here, I was like, yeah, I'm in LA. I'm leaving Brooklyn. I don't have to take 3 subways to find the closest indoor basketball court that I paid $7 for with like a bunch of buddies to play. And then
now you got to drive 45 minutes.
LA. Well, I lived in Hollywood, so I like whenever I lived in LA and I stress to move to walkable spaces. 'Cause I don't drive.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't drive. I don't have a car.
Okay.
So I make it a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm living in like Hollywood or West Hollywood or Koreatown, and make it a thing to be like, oh, hey, I love public transportation. I love everything about that.
Nice.
So when I started walking to the LA Fitness, it wasn't the gym facility. The gym facility is fine. It's the people, bro. I hate balling with like LA Fitness 24-hour.
It's rough.
I don't like it.
You're not wrong. You're not. We as LA, like I'm gonna say we take basketball serious. Of course we do. I feel like a lot of places do.
Yeah.
But something about LA hoopers or just LA Fitness Hooper 24-hour.
It's one of those things where I'm like, if there's a second court, it eases the tension so much, right? Because people be getting off work and they don't want to get off work and then sit and watch other people play basketball.
No, they're trying to get the run in then, and they don't want to get off the court. So if you lose, it gets hectic.
And then it's like, I've always used basketball as a way of like making new friends when I'm in a city, or being able, like, the easiest way to make friends for me is like, you play basketball. We play in a place out here every week.
Yeah.
And people come and go, and I'm like, we're here every Saturday 10 a.m. Like, so people that show up and we end up becoming friends and all of that.
Yeah.
LA Fitness, you can't do that.
No,
I never made a friend. I never made a hooping friend at LA Fitness because everybody was just too locked in.
Yeah, like they take that shit away. Like I'll never forget, man. Like I had to. This kid, he wasn't a kid. I was maybe 23. He was maybe 17, maybe.
Yeah.
High school kid. Him and his friends came to LA Fitness right off of La Cienega, the one that me and Phil played at for years. But of course, that court, the roof on that court is so short, you can't arc.
Oh,
no arc at all.
It hits the roof.
It hits the roof.
That's also bad. And you're paying for this monthly,
right? And I was like, I literally can't justify paying for this.
No,
I can't. It's ruining my shot. It's just gonna ruin my shot. Like I have to change my shot completely to play here.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that, man. So yeah, but we were playing there, and some like 17-year-old kids, high school kids walked in there, and they were like really getting aggressive with this dude, and he wasn't doing anything. Kofi, when I tell you, I screamed the ever-living hell out of him on a full court. Like, think Steven Adams. Think of Stone, like he got stonewalled by me, and I promise I did not feel a single bit of bad for that kid because he was hacking the hell out of this guy. And I'm like, bro, why are you taking this so serious right now?
It brings out the court. That court brings out the worst, bro.
It does, man.
Whenever I watch like LA Fit, they're like these content creators that
I don't know how they do
hoop at LA Fitness.
I don't know how those guys do that stuff. Even the 1v1 stuff. Like
I don't enjoy that.
I don't either. I don't like that type of I mean, no offense to those guys that do it and make that content, but
it's just not for me.
It puts a bad rep.
It's not for me in terms of the fact where we had the And One mixtape tour, which was cool, but that was like, hey, these guys are I guess that's that version of now.
Kind of.
Where it's like because when the pandemic started, Ball is Life, when the pandemic started, Ball is Life it's like they kind of pivoted from like following like just high school athletes and whatnot, and then they would follow like these people playing pickup outside,
Sure.
and then that kind of became a lot of their content as well.
Sure.
And it's just something that is just, I guess, a new era where people watch these hoopers who have made a name for themselves.
No,
So
100%.
it kind of is like, but it's not street ball. It's just like it's like outdoor basketball, and these guys can hoop. But watching the 1v1s, and then watching the 1v1s and seeing like 100 people around the court,
Right. It's
I'm
crazy.
In my mind, I'm like, we could all be playing 5-on-5 right now. But that's how I preach. But that's how I like to. I don't like playing 1v1. I like a 5v5. So that's just me. But I guess that makes me the old head, though. I'm out of place. It's not my place.
I'm with you on this.
It's not my place.
I'm with you 100%. Because again, I'm a point guard, right? My mentality has always been, hey, get your guy open.
Yeah.
Get your pass open. Get the person open. You know what I mean? Run the offense, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Scoring was never really my goal.
Right.
So 1v1, that is the goal. That's the only goal at this point, is to get a bucket. And I understand it. I get it. I just, of course, I like, I'm not sure if you know what destroying is. The football.
The kicker.
The kicker.
Yeah.
Great content as well. They do, of course, 1v1s on the corner and wide receivers. I love that content.
Yeah.
And it's a 1v1 as well, but it's a different sport, so it makes sense.
I love that. There are these Madden players that do a version of that. They like player lock.
Sure.
DB and wide receiver.
Oh, video game wise.
Yes, I find that entertaining. I don't know why I find that entertaining. And then I see 1v1 basketball. I don't know why there's a difference.
It is. That's what I'm trying to understand it too, because
I don't know where that comes from.
Me either. Maybe because the connection, the love of basketball, it being a team sport, and then taking that away from it.
But I find, so here's the thing. As someone that never played football at all,
Sure.
I find route running and play concepts very fascinating.
Sure.
In any sport where it's like, if I'm getting into soccer, hockey, or whatever, I want to know about like tactics, like
the ins and outs,
like formations, and like even the I remember I picked up a college football playbook because some of those are like downloadable.
Oh, really?
And you can look up like old playbooks. They're like hundreds of pages long, and it is stuff that I've never seen diagrams like this in my life, where I'm like, oh, I don't know how people play. It's like one of the things you read it and you're like, I don't know how people play quarterback, bro. I'm so free.
Yeah, no. The more I understand, the more I actually watch, of course, the quarterback documentaries and Netflix series, all that stuff, seeing like how much those guys have to know.
Yeah.
Right? Like even at the college level, not even the NFL level, when you guys are pros and they have to. The thing is, like, that's how you get exposed, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not paying attention, you're going to find out very fast if you can play quarterback in the NFL or not. Your talent can only take you so far if you're not actually figuring out these defenses, because they are coming.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's one of those things where I had a friend who covers college football, and he was like, the thing about football is that it's constantly 3 sports happening at the same time. Like the lines are doing their things, and then the wide receivers doing their things, and the quarterback. So they're all like working in tandem together.
Yeah.
Which
they call it the ultimate team sport, and I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. The idea of being the ultimate team sport.
Yeah.
It really is. Like it's 11 people out there at one time just going at it, bro. I played high school ball. I played high school football at University High School I played Paul Warner, so I've had my runs of playing football and feeling that it took me one time to figure out like the mentality you have to go, especially like playing defense. I'm like, bro, you have to go to a place of like, I'm actually just gonna try to go hurt somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's
I was never allowed to play. So
yeah, like it took me like 3 years into football to finally understand like, oh, I'm actually gonna have to mentally put my body at risk to go hurt them. Cause you gotta tackle them. Like at the end of the day, he can end up hurt. I used to play a lot more offense growing up, and I was like, I just want to run, make sure I don't get hit. I was running for my life, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's the mentality of football that's just so different than I think from basketball. I always say I admire football from afar.
Basketball, I feel like for a lot of sports, every sport that I played where like the locking in, the mentality of it was like, I don't want nobody to like, for track, for me, like
you did track and field as well.
Yeah,
I did too.
I won. I was a state champion in the 100 in track.
Kofi.
Yeah. twice. It was North Carolina. It was not like a big. It was like a private division, so it wasn't like the. I would race against public school.
What was it? What was the PR? What's
100 was 10.64.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's the thing where I would be running, but the thing is, the reason I love track is that track, you can get in the lane and you can run your best race.
Yeah.
And still like not win, but as long as you ran like the best technical race that you could, you'd probably like I used to always go at it where I ran against I don't know if you know who Bryce Love is. Bryce Love he was a Heisman finalist. He played for Stanford. He's a running back at Stanford so I ran.
Okay.
So he was a year below me. And in North Carolina, if you're good at a sport, you will hear about it.
Yeah.
From like word of mouth. Like, Braxton Berrios, who plays, I think he used to play for the Dolphins right now.
I remember the last name.
Like John Wall, when John Wall was in Raleigh, you heard about John Wall before the mixtape came out.
People would be like, the mixtape, bro.
Before the mixtape, he would play against our high school. I wasn't at that high school yet.
Sure.
But he played against.
Did you go?
Bro, it was fun.
How? John Wall in high school was the speed's insane.
It was fun to like see that, but it was like just different because in North Carolina, like I wasn't able to be there in person,
Sure.
but being able to be like, oh, John Wall's playing, here are the highlights, and I'm going to that school next year, and then the moment I get to that school the next year, the John Wall song comes out, and he's at Kentucky, but he was so cool. Everybody at our school, he just beat our school last year. Everybody at our school was like, that song pretty cool, bro. Now, how many college freshmen get a song? I mean, he had draft day Johnny Manziel after that.
I mean, my man stepped out on the court and hit literally the Dougie off first thing. That's the first thing he came into the thing.
So when you are a North Carolina, when you are an athlete in North Carolina and you're good enough, you will hear. So I heard about Bryce Love for a while, and then we had a race called the Apex Relays.
Okay,
and I hyped myself up internally for about 2 weeks, and I got to a place where like usually when we ran track, I would usually like laugh and joke and all that stuff. But at that point, people were like, "Don't talk to Kofi. He's trying to focus right now." And I lost. But that was a loss where like I look back and I was like, that kid was rolling, bro.
like, he was just that fast. Like, you can't be mad at that, bro. And
I lost at the start. Because in track, I don't know if you ran track. If you sprinted, you can lose. You know if you lost if you had a bad start.
Bad start. Which is what? No, first of all, my mother she actually holds a venue or stadium records. My mom is a Hall of Fame, I wouldn't say Hall of Famer, but for sure she holds records still in Texas at stadium. Texas. My mom ran in Texas.
Oh my goodness,
my mom and my dad met in Flower Bluff, like Corpus Christi, Texas, and
bro.
she absolutely she held records.
I know people talk about Texas like football and stuff, but
track and field right behind.
Texas and Florida for track,
right behind.
I wanted no parts of like
run against them.
I wanted no. If I heard that, I was like, oh, this guy pretty fast. Oh, also he's from Texas. I'm like,
yeah. Texas is known for
I want no parts of that.
It's just a big state. I just feel like it's by population base alone, you're going to just get crazy athletes.
I think it's population, but it's also I feel like those sports where Texas and Florida where North Carolina, I think it's so basketball centric.
100%.
Like North Carolina is like, but Texas is like, oh, you want to do this sport? All right.
Yeah,
you're gonna do it to the best of your ability.
You're gonna do it to the best of your ability.
You're gonna make the family proud.
You're gonna make the family. Yeah, man.
Man.
I just went back and watched Friday Night Lights just because recently. Great, love that movie. God. Love that movie. But speaking of we're gonna circle back, man, because we haven't talked about video games.
You haven't. No.
We have not talked about video games. I mean, that is kind of what I do now. I like to call myself kind of a gaming historian. I like to make a lot more content about that stuff, just because of we're. there's always been multiple reports about like when people turn on their PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 specifically, about 95% of the time they only turn on COD or 2K. Like that was the stat when that happened. I don't remember exactly what that stat was, but I promise you, I got to look it up.
Like how did we end up there? Like that's where I'm like my thing is that my first gaming console was an Xbox.
Okay.
It was used. My parents got me everything like used, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh man, this is really cool. I'm having a great time playing Dynasty Warriors 4.
Great game.
Like,
Great game.
Out here getting my butt whooped in Sonic Heroes and all that. And I'm like,
first of all, I hate Sonic Heroes.
It's a tough game.
So
people whatever people have taught the Sonic Heroes. I'm like, I don't think
you played the same game.
Yeah,
you didn't play the same, bro.
They're like it's fun. I'm like, is it
for who? For who?
Is that game
for who? I can't. My little sister's a huge Sonic fan, and I tell her this all the time. Like, well. You know how much trauma that game gave me. Hearing Sonic Heroes over and over again because I kept losing and getting sent back to the intro screen.
That game is so humbling, bro.
Bruh, like
it's a great idea.
Love the concept.
Great idea.
Because this is right after Sonic Adventure 2, right? Which was a great game. That's where Shadow showed up and everything. So it was a huge new run, and I was so excited to go get it for my PlayStation 2. And I had to beat it with Team Cream, I believe, which was easy mode. That's the only way I did that.
You got that far?
I did.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
Team Sonic was, of course, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Team Shadow, which was hard mode, was, of course, Shadow, Rouge, and I forgot their last team. It was teams of 3. Yeah. Team Cream was the easy mode.
Biggs the cat was Biggs?
Biggs, I might have been Biggs.
What team was Biggs on?
I think he was on team... I think there was Team Chaotic, which was like the last team.
Yeah.
Team Cream was... Oh, he was on Team Cream.
Yeah.
With Cream the Rabbit and Amy... Mm-hmm. And Big the Cat. I think that was their squad. And that was easy mode. And I beat it on that mode. That even took a long time.
Yeah, no.
Fuck Sonic Heroes.
I played it on stream before, and like I've had to end the stream being like, "Hey guys, I don't think we're gonna pass this level. I'm gonna be so free."
That is what it is, bro. That is what it is. So going back to just gaming alone, right? We got into a place, and I've seen you doing a lot of backyard stuff as well. Mm-hmm. Amazing game from back in the day.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to merge the two for at least me personally. The gaming and sports games in general, sports video games.
Yeah.
We don't have many anymore.
No.
We've kind of lost all of them. We only have Madden, 2K,
EAFC, NHL.
NHL.
Do you count skate and Tony Hawk? Are those sports to you, or is it? No, I'm not like. I'm not saying like is it a sport, but do you consider them just its own category? Like Mario Kart is like like NASCAR is sport, but you consider Mario Kart a racing game.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
So I mean, for me, I think things have gotten so close to the simulation video games instead of just being fun.
Yeah,
I feel like that is where we've lost a lot of these games. Like, of course, you walked into the spot, you see NBA Jam, NFL Blitz, and there's NBA Jam, NFL Blitz in there. Great arcadey type video games that are just fun, and they're still sports games. And I feel like Madden has done a few things with the 7-on-7. I think there's a mode that I never really touched. Of course, 2K is pretty much nothing but my player, and that's it.
Like the My NBA, like the thing is that I think older sports games, you had the you had the Dynasty mode was a big deal back then. Like you had I remember, I think NBA Live 2005, like in 2004, 2005, there's a year.
Is that Vince Carter?
Vince Carter is 2004, Melo is 2005.
Yep, I had him both, but yes.
Introducing Dynasty mode to any sport was a big deal.
Sure.
Like it was like, hey, you can sim this season, but you can sim like 20 seasons like into the future. Like that was like a revolutionary kind of thing.
Sure.
And I think that, over time that became like, every video game learned how to do that.
No.
And then I don't know when it kind of meshed, but every so often, as soon as sports games had the online competitive aspect to it, like a COD lobby in terms of like that kind of competitiveness where you could like rank up and do all of this stuff,
Prestige and everything.
I think it got more to a place where you have you have people that grow up and they want to be the best online player. They want to be the best. They don't want to. I feel like I mean, there will always be people that want to build like a dynasty or create their own player and like just be like a single player thing. But I think that for sports games, a single player experience has not been as much of a focus over the course of the year. And I totally get it from a money making standpoint, from a competitive standpoint, from a the split screen era is gone. Like I don't remember like that's gone. In terms of that, now it's the online era.
I knew it was gone. I think the first game I knew it was kind of over for that was Destiny. When Destiny first dropped, that's I was just like, oh yeah, I don't think we're ever going back because I feel like Destiny could have been a split screen co-op type of thing because it was full. I mean, you got to play with people online to kind of get the full experience of Destiny. But having to have your own console, your own game for everyone, especially of course. I have siblings, four of us, right?
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna have 4 consoles?
No.
To play. You know what I mean? Like, that was never gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So I hated that. We were playing Gears of War, which is split screen as well. That's a shooter that we kind of grew up playing because it was split screen. COD was fine. But it's just back to just the like you said, that does make sense about the competitive nature of video games. 1, sports video games 2, and just it turning way more into a multiplayer experience than because I grew up playing. I mean, did you play NBA Ballers?
Yeah, I love NBA Ballers. Yeah,
1v1.
Yeah, 1v1 v1.
1v1 v1.
Right. That was that's one of the more. I think that's one of the more thoughtful NBA games ever made.
I love NBA Ballers.
It doesn't get enough credit for.
No,
for
of course. Street Volume 2 is always gonna be the GOAT. No one can touch NBA Street Volume 2.
I like Ballers better.
I was a Ballers kid.
I was secretly Ballers better. Secretly, I enjoyed the Street. I enjoyed the Street games.
Me too.
I enjoyed NFL Street. I enjoyed NBA Street. But I think there's NBA Ballers in terms of like, you had a career arc where you could just like
the rags to riches.
The rags
to riches mode was what it was called. I love that mode.
And the thing is that the progression felt rewarding.
It did. Because the game was hard at first. I remember going to my friend's house and he had an Xbox. I didn't have the game yet.
There's a learning curve, yeah.
A huge learning curve coming from NBA Street. I loved that part of the game, but it was like you said, very rewarding. Once you got to the end and became the richest dude, you were unstoppable.
Yeah.
And it felt natural.
It felt rewarding.
It felt rewarding, man. And I want that again in gaming. I want that again in sports video games, particularly.
And the Easter eggs that were all throughout NBA Ballers, like they had the film vault.
Yes.
They had all the magazine covers of like iconic. Like if you go through that game has so much
the cribs
depth.
Playing on Kobe's yacht.
Yeah,
was that thing? Tim Duncan's mansion. Like that was
those were levels.
Those were levels. Yes. And that's such a cool thing that I feel like we're missing. Yes, you can do it at the park and My Player and all that type of stuff, but the idea that you were going to other people's homes essentially, beating them in their own backyard, like I feel like that's missing, and I feel like
I also think the disappearance of cheat codes.
Yeah.
Just in general, but I feel like sports games, and I'm not just talking like some sports games, they go like, oh, we brought Big Head mode back, and I'm like, I don't
give a damn about those, bro. Like, I'll rather just play NBA Jam again. Yeah. Like, the new NBA Jams already had Big Head mode.
We made the heads bigger. I'm like, that's not what I was like. That's not as fun as you think it is. That. But like, the pennant system in NCAA football 2005, where you could like either you could earn it or you could enter in a code.
Yes.
That you could look up online. You can go to cheatplanet.com.
I was Cheat Planet. I was Game FAQs.
I was gamewinners.com.
I was Game FAQs. Cheat CC, I believe, was another one.
I think, yeah.
Cheat CC. IGN had a few. I remember literally printing out these codes at school.
Yeah.
Like on my good old AOL modem at the house. If I needed to print them out, I'd go to school, get the same webpage, go print them out, and bring them back home.
Like that was fascinating. You know, that was a great time in terms of like sports video games.
Yeah.
Where, Backyard Baseball has a couple of them, right? Where
first of all, Pablo's that guy. But
Pablo, for sure.
Pablo.
And then you could like type in Barry DJ and have like, you could unlock a character. And, like having just those kind of Easter eggs in video games, not only just add an extra wrinkle of fun to it, but it just showcases that it just showcases and personifies the level of care that was made for a lot of these games. And I think that the lack of cheat codes kind of, I feel like, gets, because I feel like anything that would be a cheat code
is DLC now.
Yeah, DLC,
of course,
where it's like,
of course,
hey,
DLC now, man.
like or a mod.
Yes, or
Like
and that's
like a modded thing where it's like,
it's kind of a weird thing, like because I knew that was the reality of the situation too when I played Resident Evil 2, horror game, very scary in that sense, and I feel like they monetized horror because you could literally pay $9.99 and unlock infinite rocket launchers and every weapon in the game for $10 extra. So then
it's extra.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be afraid anymore, obviously, because I now have a infinite rocket launcher that if I aim this at anyone, they're just going to disappear.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was such a weird DLC or an extra add-on thing, and I'm like,
paying for it, I think, takes away from the.
It does. Like, and that was just that example. But gaming in sports video games, of course, there was the just. I mean, NBA Street Volume 2 didn't have that many cheat codes, to be fair. I remember Fight Night having a few for sure, which is another amazing video game that we don't have a box.
I didn't play it that often. Yeah. But I can recognize when a series like means a lot to people.
Boxing,
and like the UFC games that they have, or the WWE games. People like really, wrestling was something I wasn't allowed to watch. Really, I understood. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was just not allowed to like, and I never really like asked either. So it was one of those things where like I'm learning more about it like now.
Yeah. There's a long history of that as well. The lore is crazy.
Amount of lore,
the lore
bro.
is crazy on the.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, I understand it.
Sure.
I wasn't around it.
Yeah.
But I understand it every so often.
Yeah.
There's certain games like that. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just in like. And the cool thing is that I never threw out any of my consoles or any of my games.
Neither did I.
So I keep all of the stuff. But have you ever been to Game Dude up here?
Game Dude.
Yeah, Game Dude. It's a retro game store in North Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been to a few retro gaming stores just bouncing around, just living in the city. So this I probably have walked through for sure.
It's a great collection.
Okay.
Got me a Game Boy SP for $80, bro.
That's a banger.
Yeah,
that's a banger. The SP is a banger, man.
Yeah.
That I always feel portable or handheld consoles. One, it's a lost art as well.
Yeah,
because everything's becoming. Is a Steam Deck portable? Sure. If you want to walk around with a goddamn brick as portable, like I can't.
I could fit a Switch in this bag that I have here.
I think the Switch Lite is the perfect combination. And I think that's the last one we got.
I got the Switch 2, so now it's even bigger. It's not even.
Hold on. I carry this around with me at dinner at all times. No, I didn't bring it. Give me a second. Because this is my favorite console.
The Switch 2?
No.
Oh,
the Switch Lite.
The Switch Lite. Oh, Switch Lite.
Look at this thing.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this thing.
Dude, it's like an advance.
Yeah, bro.
Right. It's like an advance.
Hold on. It's like an advance, right? But it literally has the same catalog of the Switch because think about the catalog of the Switch.
That's beautiful.
This is what I can play games all day on this thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
This is what we need to get back to. We need to get back to this because the Switch 2 is pretty damn big.
Yeah.
It's the screen. It's a beautiful screen, and I get it. But sometimes I think we've lost the art of portable gaming because of cloud gaming, because of streaming gaming and stuff like that. They think we can just stream the games at all times, and it's Have you ever tried streaming a video game?
Streaming a video game? Yeah, I've been. I'm a Twitch partner.
Yeah.
I've been,
what do you
mean? Like, wait.
So when I say that, I mean.
Like you didn't download it.
You didn't download it. You play it literally online the whole time. Have you ever done it?
What do you like?
So Xbox has I guess
like a Game Pass thing.
But it's like
doesn't that download to your
no. So you can legit they have a mode where you can literally just stream the game to your console without ever having to download it. Sounds cool.
I don't think I'd be doing that.
Yeah, it sounds cool, right? In theory, it sounds really cool. I promise you, if your internet is not good, if in perfect conditions, probably amazing.
I buy that.
Sure, in perfect conditions, but not many people have the fast enough internet to do that. There's a lot of things, and of course, latency is going to be there as well. So You know what I mean?
That's why I'm like,
It doesn't. Kofi, I'm just letting you know, as someone who knows tech and gaming, not the best choice, and I feel like we've gone to that space in gaming right now. So there's some things we need to fix.
That's why I'm starting to bring my SP to more places, bro. And the cool thing about buying like an old handheld is that the games are so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Like you can go to any retro, and the thing I'll always give old like sports video games is that if you go to a retro sports video, like if you go to a retro video game store, you might see Mario Kart Double Dash for like $100.
Yep.
Right. You could see Madden 07 for $4.
Oh yeah. No,
right?
yeah.
They have no idea.
They don't.
They don't know how good that game is.
So that's the thing about when it comes to the yearly thing, which I guess we could jump into that question. Do you think we're ever going to get away from the yearly game drops?
No.
For sports video games.
Personally, no. And there was a period where I didn't care about that. Right. It was like Madden 07, Madden 08, because every year they would add. You knew a new feature was coming, right? You know, Madden 06, they gave us quarterback vision, right?
Which I still kind of love. I'm not gonna lie.
I was not a fan.
You were not a fan?
I was also 11, so I also couldn't read defenses regardless. So having to do where's my quarterback actually looking? That was also just that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I'm like, that was a really good idea. I hate that I hated it for so long. I was like turned around on it. I was like, that was bad.
Like I loved seeing like Peyton Manning's because it was the whole screen,
whole field.
Yeah, like, he could see everyone. And then of course, unfortunately, I mean Vic was at that time.
They had to nerf that.
They had to nerf Vic.
Him, yeah.
His was like this, like a little cone. I was like,
that one was like.
I mean, of course, they had to nerf that guy because he's just too good.
Yeah,
he was just way too good, man. But. Yeah, like, so you think we're never going to get away from the every year?
I don't think so. I think there's too much money in it.
Yeah.
I think there's too much money in it, respectfully. But I think the thing, it again, it used to make sense when new features were added every year.
Yeah.
And now, less features are added every year, if at all. So sometimes, sometimes if it feels like you're buying a roster update, it can be like, maybe I'll like. Growing up, I never thought to skip. I can skip a whole year of this. Like I could skip a Madden.
Yeah, of course. That was not even a question.
Never thought that.
That was never a question.
Never thought that. But then I've talked to so many friends being like, yeah, I last Madden I played was Madden 2001, and then another friend would be like, oh, it's Madden 2004 right here. Like you're not missing that. I'm like, the fact that we've gotten to that phase is heartbreaking because like the sports games, of old, they were always like. And I feel like sports games are still made with love today. Don't get me wrong. The people that work on them, I'm not saying that they love their work as well.
Sure.
But the thing is, it's like, it just feels like, the Lego movie where it's like President Business. It feels like there's more President Business influence to the game than like the everything is awesome part, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So. It does, man. It's for, I'm in the same space with you, man. I just want to be able to have fun playing sports video games again.
But I do think that there are some years where like I've seen like the NBA 2K26 release. I've seen a lot of people like enjoying themselves.
I did see that early,
and I was like, okay, then that's good. Like they're enjoying themselves, and like that's the kind of thing where I'm like, okay, so it's not complete. Like it's not like we've completely lost faith.
Sure.
It's that I think that sports video game fans just want to feel like they just want to feel the care more. Like the care is there, but I feel like how they portray it is not always the best.
Sure. I mean, there is the side of I wouldn't say cancel culture, but the hive mind of it all. There's a lot of hive mind when it comes to that stuff as well. If one YouTuber says it, or if one review says that it's bad, then everyone's just going to go, it's bad. There's that side of it.
Yeah, I can see that getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there a little bit on when it comes to sports video games, especially it's the yearly thing, right? But I have heard the same thing about this year for 26.
I've
heard
good
the
things.
Gameplay was better, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm looking just for the gameplay side of it, like the VC side of stuff. I've never really touched anyway. I don't think I've ever really spent much money on VC.
Dude, you can blink and be out $300.
See what I'm saying? I didn't touch it. I got off that. I never got that on that narcotic. I never touched that.
They were this year. This year is not. I've been better financially, money like in terms of like saving money on like a build that I'm not going to use.
Sure.
But like older games, I'd be like, oh, dude, I wanted to make a rebounding stretch big or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, like a week later, I'd be like, God, that build was
sucked. You gotta restart the build.
That build was bad. Oh my goodness,
bruh. Yeah.
Then you read a YouTube video being like, "You're not even maximizing your badge potential," and I'm like, oh god, now you're
gotta start all over.
$80 more, bro.
Yeah. See, and that I never got on that ride. I never got on that train ever.
Oh,
so I couldn't even imagine spending that much. And that's the other side when it comes to every year. The VC doesn't transfer over. For anyone that doesn't know, if you build a character in 2K25,
that's it. You don't even get the money back.
You don't even get the money back. You don't get any conversion rate. At least give them a conversion rate. Come on, Kofi, give me a conversion rate at least.
It's one of the things where I'm just like, hey man, like it's.
I don't get it.
But
I just never understood.
But the idea of being able to build whatever type of archetype of player you want is cool.
I know. I understand that.
I just can't afford it all the time.
And that is what I'm getting at. It's just if they want people to do it, and I feel like it'd give them a better rep to just have a conversion rate. Just give you something. If you could actually transfer over something, some type of VC from game to game. Everyone's on the 2K account anyway. It's all synced together. They know what game you're playing, how much you've spent. Give them some type of conversion rate. That's all I've always been for the last couple of years. I'm like,
it's one of the things where it sounds good to the people that are not involved.
Or they could just buy more VC next year.
That's all.
Or he said, or you think it's buy more VC next year, which is what they want you to do. Come on, Phil. I'm trying to save us.
I kind of blame Fortnite.
You blame Fortnite?
You blame Fortnite
because of the constant buying and like the packs and stuff.
Almost Fortnite was what 20? Is that 2018 when this first started? What's 2016?
Yeah, like 2016, 17.
That coincides like Fortnite. Like that's where all like the battle pass stuff kind of really popped off.
Yeah, correct? But I separate those two, right? Battle pass, and I know 2K has that now.
Yeah,
they have that
every
now.
Game
but
has battle pass.
Yeah, every game has a battle pass, but I don't think 2K, from my remembrance, like it didn't have a battle pass maybe till 2021. I could be wrong.
I don't mind a battle pass when it's applied correctly.
Sure,
like, I'm a big like Overwatch player, right? Mm-hmm. And they did for a while. They had a battle pass where the new character, you had to unlock it.
Okay.
And you could unlock it with the battle pass. So there was a period in time where if you were playing comp, that you could lose the comp match because the player that was unlocked was that good. That the player that was on the new player that they introduced was meta.
Okay.
Like they but then you would tell, and then Overwatch also has role lock, so you could tell your tank player, being like, "Hey, can you switch to Malga or Ramatra?" And then the tank player could be like, "I don't have that character." There was a period where that was a thing, and it was really like people were like, "Dude, we can't. This is bad.
This is pain."
So that's like when it's poorly applied.
Sure,
but I don't really mind a battle pass.
I don't either.
If it's like.
I don't mind the battle pass. It's
not important.
I don't matter the progression. I didn't do a lot of daily challenges, weekly challenges that people like. Yeah. That's literally what they used to do every day.
Yeah.
Like you used to load in, get the daily challenges done and stuff like that. That's never really been my MO when it comes to gaming. But kudos to people that do that. I just have always felt like, at least going back to 2K in sports, the conversion rate or something to make someone play the next year or not feel like they're being taken advantage of. And I feel like it's to the point now where it's damn near an inevitable train that you're seeing that, I don't know the numbers behind 2K26. I don't know how it sold. Sure, it probably sold just as well as the next one. Maybe it sold worse. We don't really know. I don't think 2K puts out numbers to tell you how it sold. Yeah. But I feel like there's going to be a point in time where they're just going to be like, hey, you got to figure something else out. Like, I don't know if you think they can ride that train forever. I don't see it.
As long as people love basketball, I feel like 2K is gonna be fine.
Damn,
that's just what it is. So you want to play a basketball video game?
Damn,
yeah, that's what you got.
Damn it! Come on, Kofi.
What?
I want competition for 2K.
They've tried.
NBA Live shouldn't have died. NBA Elite shouldn't have either.
Towards the end of NBA Live, the coding was bad.
So here's what happened with NBA Live, right? You had NBA Live 2005, fire. NBA Live 2006, fire. The Xbox 360 comes out.
Sure.
NBA Live completely forgets how to make a basketball game.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. I
NBA
played
Live
2K7 was great.
NBA Live 07 on the Xbox 360 is one of the worst games I've ever played in my life.
Okay.
Like it like
and funny enough, I played 2K7 with Shaq. I think was on Miami Heat on that cover.
And that's one of the best games of that era.
Yep.
So that's how we like got on this crossroads as to where we were today. Because before that you had friends that played NBA Live, you had friends that played 2K, and it was perfectly fine.
Sure.
They're different games.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of like the shooting buttons were even different, and like. And every year when you had, I appreciate competition because it makes
the other side better.
It makes it healthier, right? Yeah. And NBA Live, they wanted to add freestyle superstars, and then NBA 2K was like, what if the animations looked like their actual animations and not like the generic shooting animations? So they went that way.
Sure. It went more into the simulation side of things. I feel like 2K for sure focused on simulation.
Yeah.
They wanted it to feel just as real as when you were playing. Right?
Yeah. And the thing is that both sides had ideas, and then that's where, and the thing is that NBA Live 19 wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't bad, but by the time, by the time
that was after the Andrew Bynum.
By the time that they made it, the PR for all of those games was in such. It was just like at a record low.
Yeah, that one video still goes. To me, it's one of the most.
Oh, the T-pose.
The T-pose Bynum.
Yeah, no, that's one of the that game
killed it.
That game didn't that game. I've been trying to find because there are like few copies of that game that are out.
Sure.
But that's impossible to find because the game never went to public. They just scrapped it. But that's the thing where it's like it's. I feel like for any video game right now to try to compete with anything here, it's such an uphill battle. Yeah. It's going to be such an uphill battle because first of all, you got to make sure the game is actually good. And I think making a realistic sports game that, if people want another realistic sports game competitor, that's like hard to do. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people go the arcade route where you have like NBA Playgrounds when that game came out, which
I haven't touched it.
It was like a version of like an arcadey street ball kind of thing.
Sure.
It was fine.
Yeah. I just never saw great things about it. But.
Yeah. But I think that the arcade the indie sports games part is a real we've only been talking about like AAA kind of stuff right now, but the indie sports game place I think is actually in a good spot. You have Retro Bowl, you have Tape to Tape. I'm voice acted as the umpire in a game called Bitball, which is an 8-bit baseball game that you can play on mobile. Pretty cool. So that's like pretty. So people are still making sports games and all these golf games and stuff like that. But yeah, when it comes to like the major studio efforts, that's when people are like, I mean,
I guess we want to see the next evolution and all that stuff too. Obviously, we hear all this cutting edge technology and all this stuff, and is it being used to the best purposes? I don't know.
I played VR football. That VR football game, the NFL one,
the Pro Era, I think it was called Pro Era or whatever.
Yeah, I played it.
How was it?
It's good. I just don't have a big enough apartment.
Okay.
Space to
play. That works out. That makes sense. I get that. I get that.
You throw it, you hit your hand on it. It just takes one time you hit your hand on a bookshelf.
And you're done.
Yeah, you're done. You're like, oh man, I can't
do it in here.
But I think sports VR is interesting because there's a really cool mini golf game that's on there. And I think that, I don't think it's the future, but I do understand the appeal of like, we want to make a realistic sports quarterback game. Maybe 10, 20 years from now, we look back and we're like, oh man, that was like, look how far that's came. Yeah. But who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows where we are in any of this at this point, Kofi. Like it's I won't say it's a Wild West, but everything's up in air.
Yeah, and I'm still I'll always hold up optimism.
Oh,
for that,
no, 100%.
'cause I just think that at the very worst, I can just go play old stuff.
And this is what I do all the time. I will go play old stuff all damn day, man. And I want to ask. Well, first of all, old stuff. I actually have a gift for you.
You have a gift?
I have a gift for you.
Oh man.
Of old stuff. I don't consider it old, but some people do.
Oh what? What is this?
These are basketball cards.
Oh my goodness.
Basketball cards.
Okay.
This is I found these in my room maybe 2 months ago.
Were you a pack opener back then, or is this like
I've had these cards maybe since I was like 9.
Damn.
So I don't even know. I found them. I was just like, man, I haven't seen these cards in forever. I totally forgot I had them. So they've just been sitting in my room for a while.
Really?
I think I've moved 3 times since then.
Okay.
I moved them multiple times, and these cards have survived this whole time. So
that's good, man. I had a card pack, and then my parents didn't even move, and we just lost the cards. And I was like, Mom, where'd you give them? And then she was like, I don't know. I'm like,
what do you mean?
Like, what do you mean? You don't, where are the cards?
What do you mean you don't remember? You should go through these cards, and you can choose whichever one you want and take it.
Yeah, whichever one.
Whichever one.
All right. Let's see here.
You can start naming some because I know this is part of your content as well. You name, isn't that?
Yeah, we got Abdurrahim. We got Pau Gasol. This is Corey Maggette. There's a lot of recognizable faces here. This is good.
Yeah. Oh, no. There's some faces that you will recognize.
A Phoenix Suns Jason Kidd here.
Whoo.
That's really good.
That's a banger.
Rip Hamilton.
Okay.
There's a Tim Duncan Spurs here. Mo Peterson Rockets. Raja Bell, Sixers Raja Bell. Interesting. Steve Smith. Steve Smith. Yep, here. Scott Pollard. Interesting. Now we have
Kings.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jalen Rose, Dirk.
How do you feel about Jalen Rose's career?
I don't mind. Like he was fine. I think it was solid.
I think of course the Fab Five run was such a run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Fab Five thing was such a thing.
It was cool that the documentary came out, and it's cool that they made up.
Sure.
Because some of them weren't on good terms. Yeah.
I was not around. I was too young for the Fab Five. Really, I felt.
Same. I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't really understand it. But,
Suns, Penny Hardaway, Tito Turkoglu Spurs, Nuggets, Nene, right for the.
Hey.
John Starks, Ben Wallace.
I was gonna say like
NBA All-Stars Ben Wallace.
Oh, you're gonna go. You being about to say
put that into consideration.
Yeah.
Al Harrington, Drew Gooden, this is Caron Butler, Vince Carter Raptors, Rex Chapman. Wow, Red Bull. Alrighty, let's see. Scott Pollard, Antonio McDyess, Elton Brand, Sabonis, Josh Howard, Shaquille O'Neal,
Josh Howard's
Sprewell.
Big what if.
Yeah.
Big what if. I remember actually watching a lot of Josh Howard with the Mavericks. Like they thought he was going to be, number 2 to Dirk.
He was an all-star one year. I think.
That's what I'm saying. He was number 2 to Dirk.
You thought it would be more Rick Fox. Wow. Doug Christie, Raptors, Odin Police, Rashard Lewis, Clifford Robinson, Pistons, Sean Kemp, Jamal Mashburn. These are good. Caron Butler.
Again, these were just sitting in my room. Just
Michael
know that.
Finley.
I was just like, these are some pretty good damn cards. I know someone that might like them.
I'm gonna take the Ben Wallace one.
You going Ben?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
You're going to Big Ben.
I appreciate you.
No, you all good, man. I want to at least give you something for coming through.
You should go get these graded.
I think I should
go get them graded, bro.
Yeah.
I have some cards. I have a friend that's really into like the card, like the sports card thing, because it's really interesting and fascinating. I just don't know where to start, so I've always been like learning in terms of like getting stuff graded and what's like valuable and what's not. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for this.
No problem, man. It was just sitting in my thing. I was like, Kofi, I feel like would appreciate. You can go and take out the pack and see what it says. And
this, I like the sleeve too.
Yeah. Because Ben Wallace, I'm pretty sure that was the year that they won.
Yeah, this is 2003. So this is the year before.
So
a grinder on the glass and in the shot blocking department, Wallace enjoyed yet another rewarding season in 2002-2003. Along with winning NBA Defensive Player of the Year honors, he was the East's starting All-Star center.
Man, crazy time.
That was a
crazy time in basketball.
Fun time in basketball.
All right,
me at least.
So what do you got actually on the radar, Kofi? In your content, in your life, sports, gaming.
For me right now, I think my main focus is finding sponsors for my YouTube videos.
Sure.
I think that's the kind of thing where it's like what. So I got laid off from Secret Base in February.
This year.
Yeah. So I got.
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I was there for 8 years, and in the media business, it's like a blessing to even be there for that long.
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
I hardly understand
So
that.
when I got
Yeah.
when I got the news that day, I was just like, yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
I was like, it's a great run, and like it was hard saying goodbye to people, but you're gonna see them around. You're still
Sure.
rooting for them, and I think for me, it's like learning the ins and outs of like the new. Because I was at a point where I was at a place where I was like, if I grind it out, I could potentially become a full-time YouTuber. But I don't know what that means.
Sure.
Right? Because this is the first time I've had to wonder about how much money the views guarantee, and then stuff. So I think for me, it's just been like learning that kind of thing, learning how much money I can put aside to like people that edit, and then I do projects here and there outside. So that's kind of just what I've been doing. And I think for me, it's just like, I worked full time for a place for 8 years, and I don't know. All I know is that I don't want to jump right into working full time at some other place right immediately. I want to just, do my own thing, see how that goes.
Yeah.
And it's been going great.
Yeah.
It's been going great. I think there's still a lot of work to do, but like just learning the ins and outs.
Yeah.
Basically, how many people? 'Cause I know that there are people that have YouTubes and their whole teams and stuff like
Yes.
that. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
like
like,
that's-
I'm like, this is a 2-person operation, man, right now. So-
Exactly.
and so, but I think that me being able to make the thing that was I'm able to make videos pretty cheaply.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not going to location right now and being like, oh, we have like a 6-person crew to do. I'm like, we don't have that right now.
No,
We won't
don't.
have that for a little bit.
Right. Like, hell, thankfully, I thank Lighthouse for even allowing me to even do this up here. You know what I mean? Like, this
Right,
is a
yeah.
2-3 man operation right now. It's nothing crazy, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's, I understand. I do, especially in the space of content creation and just, finding your lane. And I feel like, I've seen the growth and the progress in your content. I just want to appreciate that and show appreciations for the work that you are putting into, again, long form content is what I'm trying to get to, man. It's something that I didn't even know you were on the Secret Base side for that long, first of all, so that's crazy. One,
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Sports Science?
Yeah.
Of
course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you heard what happened to the
Yeah. Rest in peace.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
To John Brinkus for that show and Pros for Shows and all that type of era of
It's important.
sports content.
Yep.
Is of course Around the Horn's gone.
Yes.
Right. Like there's a few things that I feel like we're missing when it comes to sports content.
And those were a lot of shows. Those were shows that like taught up and coming people that wanted to work in sports, where it's like, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can do the weird idea.
Yeah.
You can do the idea. Like Sports Science was just like, you had a NFL player run a race against an ostrich, and that was peak TV. Like you can do that. Pros for shows, you could do that.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. People. It's not like people ask for that show to get brought back. People would love that show today.
That's I was gonna ask who do you think would be who would they need for Pros for Shows?
Oh,
Like,
Aaron Donald.
no,
Can you?
he'd kill somebody.
But like, look, they had like Hall of Famer Kevin Green in the show. They had Bill Romanowski.
They had
in the show.
Romanowski,
So it's not like that. Like the thing about Pros vs. Shows is that they're not. You're not supposed to hold.
Was Randy Couture one of them?
I think so.
For the UFC one?
I don't think I've gotten to that season, but I think there's a Kurt Angle episode.
I think Randy Couture pulled someone's. I heard the bone, like he wrenched up on someone's arm, and you heard it pop.
I haven't gotten to that season yet.
That was a wild time. That
But
was wild.
there's like, again, like those seasons are, that's like the whole point of Pros versus Shows, where
It's like you're not supposed to like just feel like take it easy, or you're getting like a former decorated player.
That's true.
That's
Like
the
it's
beauty of it.
Aaron Donald for basketball. Who we getting?
for are we talking about retired players?
Yeah, of course.
So
I mean, technically, Aaron Donald's retired, so
yeah,
technically
he's retired.
even though he's only a year and a half out of it, so he'd still kill
Former
somebody.
basketball player. I would probably go Jeff Teague.
FT would be the one right now,
Jeff Teague,
just because of
former All-Star.
because where he is right now, especially in the content creation space right now, he's killing it on his podcast. He's has all the stories. He's connected to damn near every damn history story from the 2000s.
Yeah,
all of them.
It's crazy.
Every single moment. Jeff Teague somehow around.
Jeff Teague I think he'd be a good pros versus Joe's person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that like just that era of TV was just it was more daring.
Yeah.
You know,
They're able to take the chances and just, Spike TV has been gone for a minute, but it's still something that, from my perspective, from I guess Kobe's as well, the 2000s sports TV media and just gaming and that, it was even more like gamifying a sports show.
Yeah,
even more
because they were just like, what if like who know, like you had what else you had Slam Ball was on Spike
which
TV.
came back recently.
Came back.
Did you watch any?
I actually got to go to the courts in Vegas. They practiced in Vegas, and I talked to the creator of Slam Ball at the time. And I'm gonna work on a video about it because it's very fascinating. Because I think that they had a team that went undefeated. Like
Really?
There's a team that went undefeated when Slam Ball came back, and I think that they were so dominant that I felt like if the Slam Ball League came back and there was maybe like 2 or 3 teams that were in the running, it probably would have been more received in terms of like, oh, it's a competitive thing. Except they had this team
Just destroying it. So winning by 40 type.
Yes,
Got it.
like literally winning by 40. Like they like cracked. They were just ahead. They cracked the code of Slam Ball, and other teams couldn't keep up.
That's unfortunate in a certain way. Like it doesn't make it competitive.
It made it so that I was watching. I was having a great time, but I understand if like someone was trying to get in Slam Ball and then this team was beating everybody by 40-50. Then I understand if like, oh, it's unbalanced.
Yeah,
so,
I get it. I can get that. But yeah, man, Kofi, I just want to say thank you, man. Hold on, what time are we at with it? Yeah, we're an hour and a half. That's good, man. But thank you, man. Of
course.
Thank you for this conversation, man.
Dude, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was. I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
No, I had a great time. This is good. This is fun.
Thank you, man. This is about sports, gaming, which I feel like me and you both were kind of interlocked and grew up a lot playing. And yeah, man, I just look forward to seeing more content come out. Especially someone who's seen some of the great content, man. I'm still just mesmerized about the secret base stuff. I watch the beef stuff all the time. I go back and watch that stuff.
Yeah, the beef history collapses.
The collapses are great. If you haven't watched any of these videos,
go do it.
Go do it. There's really no other way to explain it.
If you're looking for like a like peak sports YouTube content, it's just all on Secret Base.
Yeah, there's really no other, like, I don't think there's another answer. I've seen guys kind of touch it, but nothing like some Secret Base.
No, it's really fun.
The commentary, the graphics, the way they break down, especially the beef ones, I think it's some of their best work.
Beef History and Rewinder were one of the first series that got Rewinder, I think, was the first one. When I remember when Secret Base kind of refocused their video strategy. Sure. Because at the time, there was a time where Secret Base was trying to like compete with like places that had rights to like footage and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was tough. It was tough being like, oh, hey, we're talking about the NFL or whatever, and then they didn't have rights to the footage, so they just decided to go like completely pivot and stuff like that. So
they did it.
Yeah, they
got them all.
It's great.
It's great. It's so good, man. So thank you all again for watching another episode of Deem's Domain. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. It's been a journey, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.